Research has shown that coffee can be good for us. It's full of antioxidants, but there could be things lurking in your coffee that are not good for you.
Welcome to my Shop with Dr. Viv series, where I help you make better choices at the store.
Now, if you're a coffee drinker, I have good news for you. Coffee has been associated with many health benefits, including a low risk of certain cancers like colon, liver, and also a low risk of type 2 diabetes. And if you care about your gut health, coffee drinkers have been found to have a more diverse gut microbiome. The scientific data on coffee can sometimes be conflicting on whether it's good for us, whether it's bad for us. And I personally believe that this is down to the quality of the coffee and what's in your coffee. But today I'm going to show you how to find some healthier options. Number one, pesticides. Did you know that over 90% of the world's coffee is grown with pesticides? In fact, it's one of the most commonly sprayed crops. And this matters because the pesticide can actually seep into the coffee, and studies have shown coffee to contain pesticide residues. And so this is why I try to look for organic, because this is better for us and better for our environment. Remember not to be confused by this non-GMO sign, which doesn't tell you about pesticides, and coffee is not a GMO crop. Instead, you want to be looking for the USDA organic, and this is a good brand here with many different options in Whole Foods. So what do I look for once I found organic? I look at the roast. I try to look for medium roast or medium dark roast. And this is because coffee commonly contains two probable carcinogens, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbon and acrylamide. Acrylamide starts to appear at the beginning of the roast, so that's why light roasts are higher in acrylamide concentration. But as the roast goes on, the acrylamide breaks down and you start to get PAH, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbon, which is more common in the dark roasts. And that's why I go for a medium or medium dark roast. Now, I'm not telling you this for taste. If you like the taste of dark roast, that's a different matter. But for health purposes, this is a better option. Number three, you want to look for mold. Now, this can be quite difficult to look for when you're in a store because most brands don't tell you if they test for mold or not. This brand says that it tests for toxins, but you'd have to go home and look on their website or call them to find out exactly what toxins they're testing for. But mold is actually a common contaminant of coffee. In fact, a study showed that 90% of green coffee beans actually are contaminated with mold, which produce toxins called mycotoxins. Why does this matter? Well, toxins produced by mold can damage our kidneys, our heart, our mitochondria, and lead to a myriad of different symptoms from brain fog, fatigue, dizziness, to hair loss. Many of these are unexplained. A cup of coffee is not going to expose you to dangerous levels of mold. The concentrations of mycotoxins in a cup of coffee is likely to be low. However, if you're exposed to mycotoxins from your environment, which is very common, and also food, then mycotoxins in coffee should be something that you look out for. Now, in a store like this, it can be really difficult to look for coffee that's being tested for mold because most brands don't actually tell you if they test for mold on their packaging. If you're sensitive to caffeine and you drink decaf, there are two important things to look out for. Number one is the caffeine extraction process. Try to look for something like this, which is water process, which is Swiss water extracted. This doesn't use any harmful chemicals. Number two, you definitely want to look for a company that tests for mold. I don't know if they do, but reach out to the company and ask because caffeine inhibits the growth of mold, and therefore decaf coffee can be more prone to mold growth and contain more mycotoxins. And in case you're wondering, this is my preferred brand of coffee because they provide me with the mold testing, the pesticide testing, and they roast their coffee in a special way in a smokeless roasting system. So even their dark roast I can enjoy because they roast to minimize acrylamide, PAH while maximizing antioxidants, and their decaf is Swiss water extracted. Like, share, and subscribe if you found that helpful, and let me know in the comments what you'd like me to review next in my Shop with Dr. Viv series.